This is a Squiz podcast. We're your shortcut to being informed.
Hello and welcome to the 7th podcast edition of the Great Big Squiz Quiz. It's that time of year where we're all winding down, so for once we're not going to bring you the news, we're going to quiz you on it. So get your holiday crew, whether that's family or friends involved, assign someone scorekeeper like we have, and start jogging your memory. And of course, if you're doing Christmas solo, you can play along and no one will be able to tell if you've cheated, so you have that advantage. So let's find out if you're informed or otherwise by tackling the Great Big Squiz Quiz. My name is Andrew Williams. I'm one of the co-hosts on Squiz today, and I'm joined by my colleague on the daily podcast, Alice Dempster. Hello, Alice.
Hello. I'm excited for today.
And nervous?
And nervous.
And nervous.
I'm very nervous.
As long as you're nervous, because I'm nervous, so I need someone else to be nervous. And one co-host of News Club and Weekly Wrap, Kate Watson.
G'day. I am not nervous. It's my 7th one, and I'm always lose. So
you're desensitised to it at this point.
It's only up from here for me.
It means nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good way to go into it. And your co-host on News Club and Weekly Wrap, Claire Kimball.
I'm back for redemption. I lost last year for the first time in our 6 years then history. I'm a bit, I guess, miffed now that I know that Kate used to cheat, but she's keeping the score this time, so we'll try and keep her honest.
I would never.
Yes, we'll need your help in terms of if there's some shenanigans that's gone on, you can tell us as we reveal the answers as we go along. Now, how it's going to work is this is essentially split into 4 parts or quarters. Each of us has come up with 5 questions along a particular theme, so we'll reveal those themes as we go along. We'll ask those questions all in a row and we will reveal the answers at the end to see how everybody's done. That means our scores, because we've written 5 questions each, will be out of 15. But if you're playing along at home, it'll be 20 questions, so your score will be out of 20, 1 point per correct answer. And Claire, we'll start with you. What topic have you chosen for us today?
It's a delightful one. Elections around the world.
Shocker.
This is going to be an absolute thrill ride. I'm looking forward to it. Lots of numbers, I hope. Let's get into it.
There were more than 60 elections held this year, affecting half the planet's population. That's my justification as to why this needs to be in the Great Big Squiz Quiz. So let's get started. The world's 3 largest democracies voted this year. Name them. And for 1 extra point, name the winners.
What do you mean? Like the people who won?
The people.
Like who was elected?
Who was elected? Or who led the party that won?
Horrible. So it's just worth 1 point.
No, 2 for an extra 1 point.
Oh, you've already blown it. Yes. So it's not out of 20 anymore. You can't do that.
One word answer.
No, but we specifically just said
20 brackets, 21. We've got to swing. We've got to move with the punches.
Breaking the record.
Actually, the first question.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah.
For those following along at home, it's now out of 21. 16 for us in the studio.
Oh, dear. A presidential election was held in Iran this year after President Ibrahim Raisi died in office. What happened to him? All right, number 3. The Labor Party and Sir Keir Starmer beat the Conservatives led by Rishi Sunak in the UK's national election this year. What record did it set for the Conservatives?
Oh, okay.
Given I've thrown you with my 1 extra point, I'll be generous.
Thank you very much. We'll take all the generosity we can get.
All right, number 4. Donald Trump's win in the American presidential election for the Republicans against the Democrats candidate Kamala Harris was a whole thing this year. What record did he set? All right, and to finish it up, let's bring it home to Australia. How many elections did we have this year? And to get the point, you need to name the jurisdictions. All right, let's go from the top. The world's 3 largest democracies, and for an extra point, the leading guy, and I can say guy,
And
the
because
leading
they are all
guy
guys, yeah.
that won office.
Who are you asking?
Yeah, who's? I mean, I'll
Go for it,
volunteer
Andrew.
myself as tribute. So I went purely based on population. India,
Yes,
the United States,
yes,
and then the third one I was a bit more unsure of, but I went for Indonesia.
yes.
Excellent.
Who? So 3 to you, Andrew.
Modi
Yes.
in India, Trump in the USA,
Yes.
and then this is where I ran into trouble. So I just took a guess at Suharto. I was like, who's an Indonesian leader? And then
If we were in the 70s and 80s, yes.
yeah.
However, no, Prabowo Subianto.
And we just did a story about him too, and I forgot his name.
How'd you go, Alice?
I had 2. I missed Indonesia.
Indonesia.
I had UK Keir Starmer.
Ah,
I too missed Indonesia.
there you go.
I was like, is it a democracy?
Well, that was also my question, but I believe yes, it is.
Don't try and
Yeah.
muddy the waters on the way through.
Okay, so
Gotta do what you gotta do.
just to clarify, does Andrew get any points?
Andrew gets.
I get 1 point for getting the countries.
You
but
get
I
1
do
point
not
for
get
getting the countries.
I do not get
No,
the bonus points for
exactly.
getting the leaders.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so 1 point to Andrew for that
Yeah.
one. What happened to President Ibrahim Raisi from Iran?
Was he assassinated?
No.
He was in a plane crash.
No.
Ah,
COVID?
All right, well, I just took a random stab in the dark. I went for heart attack.
Alice, you were close. It was a helicopter crash.
Oh, Alice.
Yes.
See, this is the trick with trivia. Always be as general as
So
possible.
close.
If you'd said
A
air
crash.
crash, you probably would have been
He
right.
crashed into the mountains. They were taking a
Of
flight.
course. That's the whole
That was the whole thing. There was a big question
Yeah.
about whether he'd been shot down.
Well,
but
this
no.
is, I mean, maybe he was assassinated.
Well,
Like, I feel like my,
gee, you're really pushing at the edges.
It was
quite controversial.
What record did the Conservatives set with their election defeat?
Was it the worst defeat ever or something?
Yes.
Okay.
I said lowest amount of seats they won in the House of Commons.
Which is another way of
I
putting
guess
it,
is another way of putting the same
Hard
thing,
to
yeah.
judge, though,
It is
because
hard to
it's
judge.
proportional and
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
Alice?
I got specifics. Said worst result for the Tories in 2 decades.
no. 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 Is the answer. Yes, it was the Conservatives' worst defeat in its nearly 200-year history.
Okay.
It was
So
a bad one.
we're paying Kate.
Kate can get that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we? Am I getting points for?
No.
No. Oh, see,
Oh, wow.
No.
Brutal.
What record did Donald Trump set with his election as president?
So I don't know that you would necessarily call this a record, but I went with the one thing that I knew for sure, which is the first convicted felon to be elected president.
That is true.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's not what I had in mind.
Well, I think he might have broken a few on the journey.
Yeah,
why I was like, there's a
I think I
lot-
would pay that one.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good one. I said 1 all 7 swing states.
No.
Yeah, I said he won both houses, but that's not the first time that's happened
No.
either. But you
He's
could
the-
say won both houses for the first time as a convicted felon.
If you add convicted felon, you can get away with pretty much anything.
He is the oldest person to be elected president
That's right,
in the
outdoing
history of the
Biden.
United States.
And also Andrews.
And also Andrews.
And also,
Yes.
if you wrote a long answer about
Yeah.
something.
Because at first I was thinking about the
Gee.
first non-consecutive terms, but that's been done before.
You are out of the gates, Kate Watson. How
trouble.
many elections did Australia have? And you needed to name them.
2?
No.
Oh.
I guessed 5.
No.
I think it's 4.
Yes.
And I think they're the Northern Territory,
Yes.
the ACT,
Yes.
Queensland, and
Yes.
Tasmania.
Correct.
Oh, I forgot Tassie.
Yeah, Jeremy Rockcliffe. And the reason that I remember
Yeah.
that is because it was very big in the world of Australian rules football because there was a lot of to and fro about the stadium.
The stadium.
AFL.
The
of
AFL. So
course.
it's,
Yeah.
sometimes sport helps you get where you need to go.
Kate Watson.
So
what
my
are we up
score,
to?
I got 1.
Yes. Sorry about that.
It's all right. It's a pretty standard
Alice.
score.
I got 0.
0.
Very
I'm
unlucky.
so sorry.
Very unlucky on a couple of those. It has
Andrew.
to be said. 3.
3. Well done.
Thank you very much. Sometimes
I-
being a nerd helps.
Now I get to enter the fray.
Yes. And you are entering the fray on the topic of entertainment. And specifically, the entertainment topic that I am looking at, I'm calling #flop errors, because what I am going to look at are some of the biggest flops in the world of entertainment for 2024, times where things have not gone well right across the spectrum of types of entertainment. So we're going to start with this, which is a little bit of a different question. What I want to know is, what film am I? So I'm going to give you a range of clues.
Okay.
I came out in 2019.
Oh, this is like a fantail.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's my favourite thing when I was a kid, fantail wrappers.
Yeah, that's my favourite thing to eat. Yeah.
I enjoyed the wrapper more, I'm a very weird person. I cost about $60 million. I made $1 billion at the box office, and I won the top prize at the Venice Film Festival, as well as 2 Academy Awards. Why I'm asking about this film is because despite adding one of the biggest stars in the world to its cast and costing about 3 times as much, the sequel barely broke even, was critically derided, and will most likely win no awards whatsoever. What 2019 film did a sequel come out to this year that had a terrible result?
I've got it.
Got it. Claire's on it.
I say that with
everyone.
such confidence.
What was the very first part of the fantail that I rudely interrupted?
What film am I? I came out in 2019.
Oh, okay, so the 2019.
Yeah, so I'm looking for the 2019 film, but if you reference the franchise, I'll give you the points.
Oh, I think I might know.
Okay.
But I'm chronically bad at entertainment.
A lot of thinking in the studio. Woman's World was a new song from a world-famous pop star that was released in June this year amongst a blaze of publicity. It debuted at 63 on the Billboard charts and promptly disappeared without trace the following week. Which pop star released the song Woman's World to whatever the opposite of acclaim is?
I'm strangely confident about this.
That's good.
Alice, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good about that one.
Excellent.
Not in general.
We're back on track. We might run off track here. The sci-fi action movie Borderlands was released this year, copped a critical and commercial drubbing. It had 10% positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and it made $33 million on a $130 million budget. What I want to know is which acclaimed Australian actor played the lead role in the movie Borderlands. I will give you an extra clue. They are an Oscar winner.
An Oscar winner.
An Oscar winner.
Okay.
And I will just, as a bit of extra context, when I saw that they were in this trailer, I was baffled as to how they'd ended up in the movie.
Okay, they definitely don't have this right. I was kind of feeling okay. Don't look at my...
I'm looking at you in the eye.
I like that you were like, don't copy my sheet. Claire's had the answer straight away.
Yeah, Claire actually knows the answer.
I don't know. No, I'm playing it very cool.
Question 4. In early 2024, the comedian Joe Coy hosted an awards ceremony, and his routine did not go down well. You might remember Taylor Swift was shown visibly disapproving of one of his jokes, and at one point he said that his writers wrote all the jokes that no one was laughing at, and he wrote all the jokes that people were laughing at. Which awards ceremony was he hosting? And for question 5, arguably the biggest flop financially from 2024 across the board of entertainment is something called Concorde. It cost roughly $400 million US to make. It was released in August. So few people bought it that they had to refund everyone that did, which meant that the project as a whole lost $400 million. What kind of entertainment is Concorde?
Oh.
This is the hardest question of the bunch, I think.
What kind of
What form of entertainment? Could be a podcast. If anyone out there is spending $400 million US
Creating a podcast.
That's some studio.
Wonder what the most expensive podcast to make.
Ooh. I reckon it'd be one of the investigative journalism
Oh,
ones,
something
like
crimey.
the serial types,
Yeah.
I think. Not the ones where they just chat for 4
Get to
hours.
the bottom of that.
Yeah. Okay, are we ready for some answers?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. What film am I? The 2019 film that had a massive flop with its sequel in 2024. Does anyone want to be the lead-off hitter for this?
I said June.
June.
Oh, I said Deadpool.
Deadpool.
I
Alice?
said one that I know is not right. Moana 2.
Moana 2. No, they were all very actually successful movies this year. They all made a lot of money.
That's why we know about them.
Yes.
I watched the second June and it was rubbish.
Yeah, it's
Come
not
at me.
it's not a dialogue masterpiece, but it did make a lot of money.
Okay.
This is Joker. So you might remember that this year Joker Folie à Deux, which we're already in trouble with that title, aren't we? Came out, added Lady Gaga to its cast, cost $200 million, and just everyone hated it.
Yeah, I thought it was coming. I didn't even know it had actually been
No,
released.
it's come and gone, which, given that the first one made
that's
$1
a
billion.
Yeah.
Who released the song Woman's World, Alice? Do you want to lead
Katy
off?
Perry.
Katy Perry?
I said Katy Perry.
Katy Perry?
Tick.
Katy Perry. Tick, tick, tick. There's points for everybody. Who was the Australian actor that was the lead in the critically derided sci-fi action movie Borderlands?
Oh,
Kate?
look, I said Eric Bana.
Eric Bana. No, that's a good shout. Not Eric Bana. We're looking even more acclaimed than
I
Eric
said
Bana.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Roughly that level of acclaim, but not Russell Crowe.
I guessed Jeffrey Rush.
Jeffrey Rush.
Okay.
You're all
Oscar
in the
winner.
wrong gender.
Well, you said actor.
Actor is a gender-neutral term these
Okay,
days.
right.
Kate Blanchett.
Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. I remember
Okay.
watching the trailer and going, how on earth did she end up in this? Apparently she said yes to it in lockdown when she wasn't thinking straight. She said that
She'd had
herself.
a couple of
I've
wines
seen it
like
pop up,
everyone.
I think, now that you mention.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of your disclaimer one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your
that's
favourite.
good.
I like
Disclaimer's
that.
good.
Yeah.
Borderlands is not. What ceremony did Joe Coy host, Claire?
I said the Golden Globes.
Kate?
I said the VMAs.
I
Alice?
said the Grammys.
Claire. Point for Claire. It is the Golden Globes. Yeah, at that very start of the year, January 7, was when that, and they're around the same time this year, so they'll kick off this year as well. And the biggest flop of the entire year, well done if you got this one. This is a difficult question. It's called Concorde. What is Concorde that cost $400 million, Alice?
YouTube series?
It's not a YouTube series, Kate.
I had like theatrical, like theatre.
That's a good guess, but it's not a theatre show.
I said a game.
Claire again. It is a video game.
Well, that is so of the times, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Sony, who made the PlayStation, Sony spent $400 million developing Concorde, put it out, no one bought it. They had to refund everyone who did
Wow.
and lost $400 million in the process. And there are some reports saying that it was due to toxic positivity in the workplace because no one ever said when something was a bad idea. $400 million later.
Positivity.
That is a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Claire, did you get 2?
I got 3.
Oh, you got 3.
Well done.
Well, okay, so score check.
Yes, score check.
So Claire's on 3. Andrew, you're on 3
Yes.
with 2 rounds to come.
Yep.
You both have 2 rounds to come. I can see who this. We're going to have to do
Yeah.
really well. Alice is on 1. 1.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah. And I'm on 3.
Excellent.
Oh, I'm on 3.
There you go.
Is that right?
I don't know. I feel
It's a
like funny
three-way
business has
tie.
occurred.
No, I'm not. I'm on 2.
Okay.
I'm on 2.
She's so slippery.
If I was slippery, I'd be a winner.
All right. Well, we
right.
can avoid all of that controversy now because, Kate, it's over to you.
Okay, I have decided to go taking care of business as my theme. Business is the theme, generally.
It's going to go horribly for me. Yep. All right. Here we go.
Let's see. Question number 1. Microsoft can lay claim in 2024 to having the world's biggest ever IT outage. That was back in July. What vendor company is said to be at fault?
Oh, you know when your brain plays tricks on you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's happening right now. All right. We'll see how that goes.
All the time.
Yeah.
It's a bit in that category of like Evergrande,
Evergiven,
Evermore,
Evermore.
Evergiven.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, question number 2. The AFR, the Australian Financial Review, each year releases a rich list. Who topped the list this year?
Elon Musk.
Depends where he's keeping his
An
money.
international rich list. Yeah. A world rich list would be
Well,
interesting.
we're going to stick on the rich list, actually,
Okay.
for question number
Amazing.
3.
All right, let's
I just think lists are a good, good base.
Stay rich.
So name 3 others in the top 10 of that list, specifically the AFRs.
Okay.
Coming at this one a little differently, I'm going to read you a definition for question number 4. The rate of underlying inflation once you take out the short-term sugar hits like energy subsidies defines what economic phrase? And this is the definition from the squiz.
Yep.
We
cashed
talk
up.
about like fun stuff
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. Not deep statistical concepts.
This one's a bit quirky and random for our final business question. And it's really aimed at you, Alice.
Okay.
No pressure, Alice.
All right. A South Australian winery paired their wine tasting at the Penola Coonawarra Arts Festival with what to make headlines this year? It's in your neck of the woods. You probably wrote the story in the squiz.
Alice
If you
is
know this,
thinking.
Andrew,
I
you
have
look very
No
confident.
earthly idea. this is Crow-Eater territory.
Alice is pairing the region's wines with the right cheese.
Yeah. Is it a cheese question?
I have no idea. I've never heard of that story.
It was in the squiz.
Yeah.
All right.
During my
stuff.
leave.
Answers?
Let's do
do
answers.
What was the name of the company, Andrew? Do you want to tell us?
Yeah,
that was
I'm
the
sitting there
at
going,
fault.
is it Cloud or Crowd? I went with CrowdStrike.
It is CrowdStrike. Well done.
Yeah.
I remember
8.5 million
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
impacted.
It was-
And I remember at the time
Crazy.
having to do it's not CloudStrike, it's CrowdStrike.
Yeah.
It's not CloudStrike. It's
Feels
Crowd.
like
I
it
did
should
that.
be CloudStrike,
Yeah, it does
doesn't
feel
it?
like
Because
Definitely
and-
CrowdStrike.
CrowdStrike.
Top of the rich list. What do you reckon, Alice?
Gina Reinhardt.
Yeah. I think it's 5 years in a row or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Cannot
Gina
be
Reinhardt.
toppled. Name 3 others. Claire, you've got a long list there. I can see.
I
got-
reckon Claire could almost go the 10, I
whole
reckon.
10.
I've got I don't know. I've got Richard White. I've got
No.
Anthony Pratt.
No.
Anthony Pratt.
Richard White is not in it.
Okay.
Anthony
Got
Pratt
Anthony
is.
Pratt.
Yes.
And then I've got Twiggy / Nicola because I think they're separate now, aren't they?
They're separate, but
Yeah.
unfortunately,
no Richard White.
well, you can't write down 6 answers.
Well, I had Mike Cannon Brooks in there. Mike Cannon Brooks would be in there, right?
You need to pick 3.
Mike Cannon Brooks.
Then you get
This
no,
one?
it's a 0.
Okay.
So only say 3 to me.
So
if
tough.
any one of them are incorrect,
You
you
catch more
don't
fish
get.
with a net than
Anthony
a line,
Pratt,
right?
Twiggy Forrest,
no,
Nicola
you
Forrest.
said Richard White is not in
Oh,
there.
that's so sad.
That's Alice levels unlucky, Claire. 'Cause I had Andrew Forrest, Mike Cannon Brooks, and Anthony Pratt.
Yep.
That's what I had.
I had Andrew Forrest, Melanie Perkins, and Cliff Obrecht.
Yes. Yes, they are
That's
both.
very good. The
They're-
Canva
They're in
wins out.
together.
They're in
Canva
together.
They're in
Yeah.
together.
Pairs.
The definition, Andrew, I have to throw this one to you because I know you've been writing a shortcut on this for a
Imprinted
long
on
time.
my brain, this phrase. It is called the trimmed mean.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, at the time of listening to this podcast, we may or may not have a shortcut out about the trimmed mean.
Yes, we're working on it. We're
We
trying
have
to
it.
explain it, as simply as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important.
It's a very important number.
What did this winery pair its wine with at a festival?
So I had no idea, so I guessed a farmer's unionised coffee, which is a South Australia.
It is South Australia.
No.
I said marijuana.
No.
Ooh, that's a good answer, though.
No. Again, off the time.
I don't think you're supposed to combine
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
You know,
No, wasn't that?
I said cheese.
No.
Alice is just like Occam's razor.
It was kind of a big story for a day. It was edible insects.
I wrote down cockroaches,
Yeah.
and then I crossed it
I do
out.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were they cockroaches or were they just insect? What is that?
I think it was the one I saw was crickets, like
Yeah.
deep fried.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Delicious.
Delicacy.
it's a way to get a headline. Can I get your scores for that round?
Yes, I got 4 bombing out on South Australia.
I got 4 also bombing out on my home state.
Oh no!
I
You've
got
got a WA
I
question.
got 3 due to your draconian view on naming rich
This
listers.
is really tightened up.
Yeah.
So Claire's on 6, Andrew is on 7, Alice is on 5. I am on 2, which means that I need to get them all and some next round to catch
Bonus
up.
points.
For Kate's magnificent comeback, it's over to the last round of the quiz, and the last round will be conducted by Alice. Alice, what are we doing?
I have selected animals. Anyone who knows me knows I love
God.
animals.
My least
Kate
favourite topic.
hates the topic of animals. I'm sorry, Kate. I also feel like these are quite easy, so hopefully
Alright.
chance.
Who's the
You
judge
would
of
be
that?
surprised.
I will start with Moodang, the pygmy hippo. She was a viral sensation in 2024. What country was she born in?
Born in.
Oh my God.
Speaking of viral sensations, we had our own here in Australia, Pesto, the penguin. What type of penguin was Pesto? Or is Pesto? Pesto's still alive.
Have you
I
seen?
was worried about Pesto.
Have you seen recent photos of him?
I have.
So funny.
Teenage phase Pesto.
Yes. He's
God.
pretty gross.
I know this is a podcast, but cut to my completely blank face. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh dear.
Claire, I've included this one as a nod to you.
Thank you.
Who won
Someone's-
Fat Bear Week this
Yes.
year, the second consecutive year in a row.
Two on
You
the
know this
trot.
one. Yeah.
I do know that one. Oh, I think.
Knight's Choice is the 2024 Melbourne Cup winner this year. Where is he from?
Queensland. Have to think about the connections and what they were saying after.
There's a general answer. There's a
Yes.
country answer or a town answer.
Oh, wow.
You could
Town
go,
specific.
You could go if
I
you
think
want.
if we've learned anything over the course of this quiz, it's go broad.
Go
Don't go
broad.
specific.
Yeah.
You're only narrowing your own chances.
And finally, a woman in the US, this is something we covered on the podcast, a woman in the US was overrun by more than 100 wild animals earlier this year after
Yeah.
feeding some of them over the past 35 years. What type of animal were they?
Yeah. It was pretty special.
Is she okay? Or is it like a laughable story?
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's
it's
not
not-
like tigers.
Yeah. Okay.
She's not.
There's none of her left. She is 100% gone.
Okay. Clearly, I don't know, but here we go.
Okay. Mudang was born in Thailand.
Oh, I said Indonesia.
What a
you gotta
massive
ask
business
us-
Moving
yes,
has
yeah.
turned
Answers.
into.
Pesto. What type of penguin is Pesto, Andrew?
I have no idea, so I just guessed my favourite type of penguin, which is an emperor.
That's what I said.
I said a fairy penguin.
Oh. King.
King.
penguin.
Oh,
Yes.
Isn't that the same as
She's
emperor?
just an emperor with
Well,
a
I
different crown.
Googled this specifically.
I'm sure you're right.
Yeah, don't,
I'm not-
we're
I'm not
gonna
Could be
muck with
emperor.
Alice.
Alice knows what to do.
Depends on the end result whether I'm actually
That's
questioning
Then
the
we'll start
integrity
Googling.
of that answer.
I'll start Googling House of Commons seats
Yeah,
in UK
exactly. Yeah,
elections.
just proportional wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Fat Bear Week.
That
winner.
your week. Grazer.
Grazer
I've
is
got
right.
picture. Kate gave me a picture of Grazer.
And I actually
Grazer.
knew that one because of that picture.
Yes,
Thank you.
That's my pleasure to drag you into this weird world.
Knight's Choice. Does anyone want to have a guess where Knight's Choice is from?
I think he was from Ireland. No?
I said Ireland as well.
Nope.
So all I remember is that the connections were, or the trainers were Australian. So I went for Australia on that basis. But
Australia is correct.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
from New South Wales.
But the jockey's from
Walker.
Ireland.
From
Oh, he's
Walker.
from Walker.
Yep.
Okay.
But the jockey was from Ireland.
I think,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
The singing jockey.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
That
He'd
really-
been on.
Yeah.
He was on The Voice, I think. If you
The
and,
Voice,
and
yeah.
because my favourite part about that story is he performed at I think the 2003, 2023 or
Yeah,
22
that's right.
Cox Plate. And what did
That's
he
right.
perform?
As a singer.
What song did he
The
perform?
Horses.
He performed the horses. Of course he did.
Daryl Braithwaite, he did too. And what's his name? None of
no
us
idea.
can remember.
Jamie. Oh.
Danny.
Danny.
I
He's
just
from Ireland. Patrick.
the
PJ. I feel
And
bad.
finally, what were the animals that overran a woman in her house in the US?
Inside the home.
Outside her house.
Oh. Because my answer of llamas would have been, there would have been a huge home. Is that the answer?
It's not the answer.
Oh, I thought like a llama
I
farm.
really wish it was the answer. I have never heard of this story, so I just guess squirrels.
Close.
Raccoons.
Correct.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite news stories from the year. You need to see the
Yes,
pictures
it's
of
hilarious.
it. It's something like out of Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
If you
Glorious.
need something to laugh at Christmas time, like just Google raccoons overrun.
She had to call the local sheriff's department to herd
Had to
them
call
away.
the police.
Yep. She was okay.
So she's a raccoon farmer?
She's
No.
been feeding a couple of them, and they suddenly brought all their friends.
For years.
Within-
And then one day they just all turned up.
She's like the Corey Worthington of raccoons. Like,
They all
just
turned up.
everyone just turned up all of a sudden.
Yeah,
It was
That's the
just-
second time we've referenced Corey this week, you and I. I don't know
It's
why.
only a decade-old meme at this point.
Oh, all right, Claire, how many did you get?
3.
This is the moment.
I know.
Andrew,
I've lost.
3.
Alice.
Was I supposed to?
Oh, no.
Alice, you weren't supposed to score yourself.
Just say a number
It's all
and you
good.
might get it.
You got 5.
I got 1. So,
Moment of truth.
final scores. Claire is on 9.
9.
Andrew is on 10. Alice,
Sorry.
5. Kate, 3. Andrew.
Andrew.
Well, I mean, he did win Mastermind.
He did win Mastermind.
And
It doesn't
the
make
chase.
me feel. It doesn't make me feel any better. Quite frankly, this is like, imagine I'm going to have to stage a massive comeback next year.
I think it says a lot about the quality of Squiz Today
That's
moving forward. I think if we're going to put a positive spin on this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is true.
There has been some discussion about hosting, doing this as teams next year.
Yeah.
But I know Claire is anti that, given I would be on her team.
Yeah.
Well, let's
At what
just
point
say
it's
we're
like-
going to have to put some training in if that is the case.
Hardcore.
There's going to be
Karate Kid style.
There's going to be some sessions.
On the other hand, Alice, you would be
equal,
quite
we're
quite
both
thrilled.
kind of drags on the teams. We've got some
You're
guns
so
and
much
some
more
terrible-
than that, you two. So much more.
Much more than a drag on the team.
You've got your own special qualities.
But great questions, everyone, most importantly. And
Thank you.
Please let us know, how did you do? Did anyone get 20? Because if you got 20, you
Or
have
21.
been... Or 21. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Sorry,
did
team.
anyone get 21 out of 20? If you did do that, please let us know. Hello at thesquiz.com.au. We'd be more than happy to hear from you. And that is it. That's it for the Great Big Squiz Quiz. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining us and looking back at 2024. Kate, Claire, Alice, thank you so much
Thank you.
for your time.
Thank you for hosting.
A pleasure.
Congratulations on winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you have a lovely holiday if you're getting one, and we'll look forward to bringing you all the news and keep you informed in 2025. Have a good one.